As we read earlier in regards to God stating that He did not give us the spirit of fear, um, I also, whenever I encounter fear, I like to have an internal dialogue as what is causing it? Why am I feeling the way I'm feeling? I feel that that's key to have internal dialogue with yourself, but also have dialogue with the Holy Spirit, right? Because as the word stated that he's saying that he has not given us the spirit of fear, meaning that we are being influenced, whether we acknowledge it or not. We are being influenced by spirits. And not only by the spirits, it can be the Holy Spirit, it could be demonic spirits, and also it can be our internal thoughts and process of how we have that internal dialogue. But I feel like we lack in those areas. We're quick to call such and such and say, I'm feeling this, this, and this, or talking about it, or amplifying it, right? Amplifying our experiences, or what we're feeling. And I feel like the enemy uses those moments and opportunities, and we fall in the trap. We fall for the trap. Our words are seeds. Okay? Our words are seeds. The enemy wants to use our voice to enforce his agenda. I want you to catch that. The enemy wants to use your and I voice, and especially believers. Boy, he have a field day. He has a field day. Especially when we out here speaking on people's names, out here thinking that nobody knows who and what we're talking about behind the scenes. The Holy Spirit knows. And he will notify his people. He will notify those that he has entrusted to be able to know that what people are saying and speaking in regards to you, in regards to what you're doing. Holy Spirit has a way of doing it. And that's a whole nother level of maturity. Knowing the fact that your name is being talked about behind the scenes, and you not trying to lash back. You're not out here trying to prove yourself. You're not out here trying to lash and act the way that you know that what their true intentions are. That's a whole nother level of maturity and growth. And not everyone, Holy Spirit does not trust everyone with that capacity. I'm just going to say that. I'm going to leave it at that. But it's knowing that we are being influenced. Our attention span and our attention is so distracted by so many things that we're getting caught up in the day-to-day and not realizing that we need to be mindful and careful what comes out of our mouth, especially as believers. What does the word say? That the power of life and death are through our words and what we speak, right? And so it's vital and key that we are disciplining our personal relationship, our personal things that we are instructed to do. And I feel that we get caught up in the day-to-day stuff. We get caught up, or we magnify. The enemy loves when we magnify the issue and the problem. And he loves that, and he has a field day. So just be mindful and know that you are being influenced, and who and what are you being influenced by. Like I said, we are here to grow and mature in our personal discipline, our spiritual structure, and actually have a radical obedience to the word, and to be sensitive to the Holy Spirit, to what he's speaking to you. Whether that's in your calling, your mandate, your assignment, whatever that thing is, you need to be locked in, my friend. You need to be locked in. Don't be worried about what so-and-so's doing, what so-and-so's saying. Be locked in and stay in your lane. Be obedient. be obedient and steward that thing well that he has assigned to you in this season. Why? Because times and seasons change. And what you do in this particular season is going to be able to determine whether he can move you forward to the next thing that he wants to show you and wants to give you. It's basically how you're speaking, your heart posture, what words are coming out of your mouth, your attitude, how you just moving, right? I realized as reading this word and reading story after story, like, my goodness, when I tell you that God knows betrayal like nobody, God knows, lives, experienced it, was in that stuff of betrayal. I mean, he knows that from the back of his hand, like they ain't no sneaking up on him. He knows it. And he's been betrayed over and over and over. And you know what the sad part is? It ain't even of the world. You know who it is? His own creation, his own people. It's his own sons and daughters, the one that he died for on the cross. It's like, it's crazy to me. It's mind blowing to me that, wow, God, yeah, you out of everybody, we out here worrying about people betraying us, and we can't pick ourselves up after a betrayal. Oh, and he's experienced it over and over throughout this book, from the front all the way to the back. Whew. But on that cross, as I mentioned, he paid a high price on that cross. And I want to read Isaiah 53:10, verses 10 through 12. And I want us to dive deep in this thing, because not only was he physically bruised and beaten and tortured for you and I, when he had no business, but he chose, he wanted to. That was his assignment. He came on earth. He wasn't here that long, but he was here for a purpose, an assignment, a mission to accomplish what he already ordained. Why? I want to ask him myself on another level. I want to ask him questions. Isaiah 53:10-12. Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him. He had put him to grief. When thou shalt make his soul an offering for sin, he shall see his seed, he shall prolong his days, and the pleasure of the Lord shall prosper in his hands. Who in their right mind is going to be, that's going to gain pleasure to a parent? That won't pleasure me at all. I'll be one people want to. Verse 11, he shall see of the travail of his soul. Mind you, I'm sure you already know. What is the soul? Will, mind, and emotion. That is the soul. He shall see the travail of his soul. I want us to pause right here. Because he travailed of his soul, meaning when he was in the Garden of Gethsemane before the cross, when he had told his disciples to stay out and pray. And then we know the story. When he went out, he's like, you can't even be up and pray. I just asked you to pray for me on my behalf while I'm out. I'm in the back. Right? And so he's travailing on our